get into the move today. One trade, and I closed it a little bit early today for 165 pips, which is about like 62 quid or something. So a nice little bit of profit today. Just a small move. Gonna go over what I was looking at for it. It's only hourly, on a 4 hourly even. Well, we're on Wednesday today. So we had this gap overnight, which I was looking at as a draw on initial liquidity. So, where was it? Can you see it on the 1 hour? Hang on a sec. Yeah, so on the 1 hour we had this, and we had this fair value gap here, hourly fair value gap, which I was looking at as like a possible retracement slash point to target, like with this liquidity formed here. So coming into the start of the day, we came down below opening price, set these lows here, and then absolutely pushed up during London session. Filled this gap here, and then price comes down, retraces back up, and then slowly makes its way down to fill this imbalance in. And then at this point when I first started looking at the charts today, price had manipulated, it traded down, and then it manipulated up, formed this wick here. So I was thinking, right, what do we have? And we got a fair value gap here, and as confirmation, it didn't look as clear on S&P, but on the Nasdaq it was very clear that we had fair value gap here that we are trading back into, and that we'd probably be bearish, at least for the start of the session. I was hoping to take these lows, or these lows here as lined up as a sell side. I was thinking, we'll probably just inverse this big imbalance because of this trade in here. This was my original aim, original target for when I got in the trade, and then I just gradually moved it down a bit just as I was watching it unfold. So actually getting into the trade, I kind of mucked up the entry a little bit. I was meant to get in, was it on a 1 minute? Yeah, so I was trying to get in here, and then I accidentally set a sell limit instead of just a market order. So for whatever reason, it was just bugging out when I was trying to cancel the order. I had to refresh the page and set up the order again. So I ended up in here instead of like around here where we traded up into this imbalance, which wasn't ideal, but it's not end of the world. I still got a pretty nice entry, so it's fine. And then, so that was around, just coming up to like 10 to 10. So I was in this trade for about, I think like 9 to 13 minutes. But yeah, the idea was basically, traded up into this imbalance here, displaced down. It was on the 3 minute. Yeah, so we displaced this here and then traded down a little bit and then wicked back up, which is that 1 minute entry that I was trying to get. And then I was just trying to take these lows down here as a target, basically. I did have in mind that because this is such a big imbalance, we could just fill the imbalance and then continue trading back up, which did happen. But still got a nice trade off today. I sort of had like something, I was just getting a feeling that I needed to close it early. And then that was confirmed. I spotted this like an hour after I got out of the trade. We had S&T here, so the Nasdaq had already taken these lows, I believe. Yeah, so it just swept it, very, very just. So as a result, S&P doesn't even need to do that, and you can see here we've just come up off this order block. It's come across and then traded back up before taking this high. And yeah, so it's quite a nice trade today. I had bigger position size, and during the trade I trimmed my stop 3 times. So it was originally above this wick here, and I moved it down to this wick here, and then as we pushed down a bit more, like below this line, trimmed it again, and then to break even, literally like around on this candle here, before then trimming it to £9 profit. I just had a trailing stop. Once I had a trailing stop, you know, I was pretty much thinking like, right, this could actually come back here. I just got a feeling that it could, and I just wanted to secure some profits. So we take that. Yeah, it was pretty much, it was on the 3 minute or the 5. You got some nice movement down. Come on. Yeah, so this kind of wicked up into this imbalance here, and I was like, right, that's fine. I'm happy with that to do that, because it'll probably just be filling the imbalance and continuing the trend downwards. And then once we traded back up again, I was a bit less confident in it. Like you can see, I got out. We started pushing up here, and I was just like, you're right, I'm happy with that. I'll just get out. And that was around, you know, pretty much bang on around 10 o'clock. I'm conscious that reversals can happen around that time. As you can see, we trade above these candles here, come back down, tap this order block, and then boom, straight back up towards the end, well, going into 10:30. So yeah, mate, one of them, nice trade today, and do still feel like we could come down and target that at some point. Like you can see, we've had a massive drop, swept everyone out. I got in short here, and the stops here towards end of the AM session. Don't really know what price is going to do now. I think it's consolidating quite a bit, because I'm conscious that I think Powell was actually speaking now. 6:30, so in 25 minutes he'll be getting on the mic. So you want to stay away from the market when that is taking place, because we're probably going to see price probably just absolutely dump tackle down here, unless, you know, this is the accumulation. We come down, fill this imbalance. Actually, I have a feeling that we'll probably wick into this imbalance and then shoot up, depending on what the news is, obviously. So it's all dependent on what is said, I guess. But yeah, nice little trade there. Happy with that. We got one more trading day of the week left this week. Depending on how the setups are looking, what price is doing, I might try and go for another trade. But if not, no stress. One trade for the week. We've already cleared our losses for the month, just off that one trade, so we're in a bit of profit now, which is nice. So with that being said, I'll be back tomorrow.